Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, I want to talk to you guys real quickly about Miss Jacqueline Blake and the supposed best friend, Miss Mia Thornton, over there on Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, over the past few weeks, we got a chance to see the ladies pretty much fall out, and I feel like their fallout came from some of the rumors and things that were out there as far as Jacqueline likely participating in a threesome with Mia and her husband, and Mia not liking that so much. So when an issue came up about Mia's children, or at least Jacqueline's children, Mia made sure to be very clear that those are not my kids. Those are Jacqueline's kids. You need to talk to her, X, Y, and Z. I think that when it came down to that overall situation, I think because Mia mentioned something about Jacqueline always does this when it comes to the kids. And I'm like, I think Jacqueline was just operating in a space of what she's used to doing because you've always allowed her to do that. So she's just doing what she always does. Okay. Or at least even Gordon, when Gordon came over to the table to talk to Mia about her sister looking for her kids or something like that. I think Gordon is used to always coming over to you. Granted, I don't think Mia was wrong. They are Jacqueline's kids, so maybe you might want to check in with Jacqueline. All in all, it was such a small situation blown so big out of proportion because the issue was much bigger than that. And we ended up seeing the ladies fall out so much so. Mia called Jacqueline out her name. Jacqueline said that, hey, you need some DICK. Mia said, oh, you want to talk about DICKs? Well, then close your legs to married men. And then things got even worse, okay? Because Jacqueline did not like what she had to say. She didn't like that she exposed her and put her out there to other people. You know what I'm saying? Let her know that she was, letting everybody know that she was out here, smashing on these married men or whatever. So that's where the fallout happened. We saw Miss Candace trying to get Mia to talk to Jacqueline. Mia wasn't open to it. We even seen on the previous episode, the more recent episode, where Jacqueline and Mia went to go have a sit down, and Mia's just like, girl, you need to just own what it is that I said that you did because that's what you did. Even though Jacqueline was kind of like, are you serious? I don't think Jacqueline really denied it, but I thought that she thought because of the history of the friendship, Mia was going to take her words back, and Mia just was not there. Mia did not care. I think Mia feels as though Jacqueline is disposable to her. Like, girl, I do more for you than you do for me. Who are you? You're nobody. I brought you on this platform. I've done this for you. I've done that for you. So you really mean nothing to me. For real, for real. I think she be sunning that lady just a little bit. But I kind of feel like, yeah, if you did do that, there is absolutely nothing wrong with owning that and letting us know that that's not who you are at this time. Like, that's what I've done in my past. I'm not the same person. I don't be sleeping around with these married men or anything like that. That's not me. Okay. Whatever. But she did call Miss Mia's card and called her out and said, girl, you want to talk about married men? Weren't you with Gordon? And I said, well, let's talk about it. Let's talk. Weren't you with Gordon? With your raggedy bro? Come on, Miss Simone over there on Married to Medicine. And Mia confirmed. She says, yes, I was with Gordon when he was married. Yes. Okay. And I've admitted to that. I've acknowledged it or whatever. And the way Mia responded to what Jacqueline was saying, let me know Mia wasn't really lying, even though we know Mia likes to fluctuate the truth. I feel like Mia was giving us a bit of truth, and Jacqueline could not handle the truth and didn't want to just be honest in that moment. You know what I'm saying? I do think that it was extremely foul for Mia to out her friend in that way in front of everybody. I don't think you didn't have to do that. I feel like since Jacqueline has come around the group, I feel like you do be a little SHIing on her a little bit and mentioning how the Porsche, you got her the Porsche and all this and that. Like, you just do these little things where it's like you want to always remind Jacqueline and others of the place that she holds when it comes to you, and that's down there, if you ask me. Now, Mia did take to Twitter over the weekend or whatnot before the show came on, and she actually had some pretty interesting tweets, and I was wondering, are you talking about your girl Jacqueline? So let's go ahead and put up something that she put up here on her page, okay? Miss Mia says, what exactly is a home wrecker? There is no philosophical term for men or women who cheat because they are unhappy. What do we call that? We call you home wreckers, okay, girl? What do you mean? What exactly is a home wrecker? Is there no philosophical term for men or women? Yes, girl. What are you talking about? Like, I mean, Am I crazy? Like, girl, if you sat up there and cheated like you was a hoe, like, what do you mean? Like, I feel like men do get their names and women do get their names when they are the ones that's actively been out here cheating. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what Miss Mia was getting at, but I felt like it was just her way of kind of like coming at her good friend just a little bit. Okay. She also goes on to say a little more. All right. Miss Mia says also, if you are legally separated and enter into another relationship without your divorce being finalized, are you considered a cheater? And the other party a home wrecker? See, Mia, now I feel like you're trying to change things here. And now I feel like you're speaking on yourself. So maybe this wasn't about Miss Jacqueline, but it was more so about the fans talking about you and your role that you played, okay, in a relationship with G or whatever. And it's also interesting that you posted this stuff right before the episode dropped because you wanted this to be out there, right? Because you knew your friend was going to call you out, and that was going to be the episode that aired about you being a home wrecker yourself. But you can't try and change that. See, you also said that Gordon was happily married. So now are you trying to tell us that he was legally separated? Because that's how I'm digesting this message here. Like he was legally separated, he entered into another relationship. No, girl, you was in a full-blown relationship with a married man. Period. Okay. You said you owned it when you were talking to Jacqueline. So I need you to stay in that same place and continue to own it if you ask me. All right. So let's get to the other part. She just says, last controversial topic of the day. Why do we live in a world full of people who are ashamed, depressed, and insecure, as Miss Candace would say? Maybe because of the condoning opinions of others. We need to do better. I think you need to start with yourself and do better, in my personal opinion, okay? I think that you definitely are concerned about what others think of you. Just like when you sat at the table with Wendy and Wendy talked about you guys being successful, or whether she was successful when she was talking to Ashley, and you said, yeah, because some people need to prove themselves, or whatever it was that you said. That's something that you do. You always tiptoe and walk around like you need to prove yourself because you always bragging about the things that you got. Okay, so that's more so on you. You need to do better and you need to work on that. Okay, now getting back to the episode when the ladies wanted Mia and Jacqueline to have a conversation. At first they weren't up for it, but eventually the conversation did happen, right? So when that conversation happened, I already told you guys that Mia didn't really care. She was just like, girl, I said what I said, feel how you feel, own what you own, and I'm finna move on. Period, right? Well, Jacqueline decided to come to social media and share her thoughts about the situation as well. And this is what Jacqueline had to say. Jacqueline says, what I was expecting was the basic textbook definition of a loyal friend who wasn't going to try and backstab me, expose, and demean me and my family over a check. I was looking for at least the bare minimum qualifications of even a basic friend. She says, you don't attack, embellish, and defame your friend's character under no circumstances. It's called your character. Do that to an enemy, not a friend. Let me own my life. You own yours. I could have called you out and exposed you in front of that group, and no one would have protected you. You have a by any means necessary mentality. You glorify money like it is your God. You treat the closest people around you like possessions to control. I've tried to keep you grounded, but my job is done because you don't see the evil. All bets are off. I have to defend my family. I won't lay down. She goes on to say, and let's be clear, my purpose in life is beyond my own understanding. I have to vent for my sanity through this. My parents instilled giving back and helping others. I will find that purpose because he has called me to do amazing things, and no one can stop God's plan. He sometimes put us through horrible circumstances to build a certain strength and character in us that is required to carry out our mission in life. I am grateful for my lessons because I wouldn't be here without them. Stay strong, queens. Beyond this storm, you will find your peace and your purpose, okay? Then she also reposted what someone made a note of on Instagram. They said, trying to make your best friend look bad on a national TV show is such a corny way to be relevant. All right. So this is what Miss Mia retweeted, and I have to agree with her. I mean, that was definitely corny, a bit, in my opinion. Something else that she mentioned was how Mia glorifies money and all of that. You her talking down on her friend, demeaning her friend, and all of that. Like, girl. Yeah, nobody's gonna sit up here and tell me that there wasn't at least a little bit of jealousy between these ladies at some point, okay? As they were coming up, I feel like they always did a bit of competition. And one may not have even known the other was competing with them, right? But I think that, girl, this has likely been an unhealthy friendship for a very long time. And I'm glad that it's kind of coming to an end. I just hope that when this is all said and done, and Jacqueline, if you're not welcome back to the show, as Mrs. Scholar was last season, if you're not welcome back to the show, I hope that you're going to be okay with the fact that your friendship is completely over, okay? Because if you're not coming back to the show, then you're also not going to be getting a check. So I just hope that you're going to be 1000% A-okay if Mia comes back and you do not return, okay? But I just wanted to go ahead and bring that to you guys real quickly. Hop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts about everything that I just discussed regarding Mia and her good friend or ex-friend or whatever friend, Miss Jacqueline Blake, okay? I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, or follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.